Good evening, I'm Jackie Spate. Prime Minister Vorenge Bainimarama has taken a swipe at submissions made to the Constitution Commission by UPP leader Mick Beddoes, saying it was for his own interest. In his submission, Beddoes outlines a number of issues, including the name of the country to be changed to Fiji Islands and that citizens be known as Fiji Islanders. Roland Karoy reports.
The Prime Minister says Mick Beddoes is confused, saying the actions of the former opposition leader is nothing less than grandstanding.
Sometimes Mick Beddoes couldn't figure out whether he's Arthur or Martha. He doesn't know where he's coming from, he doesn't know where he's going. Seriously. And that goes the same for the political parties that have come up with the submissions. The people of Fiji really don't know. When I speak on behalf of the people of Fiji, how to convince these people that this is the right path for us. This is the way forward for us.
In his submissions, Beddoes also calls for the re-establishment and strengthening of the GCC and that it is given constitutional responsibilities and complete independence from the government, among others. The Prime Minister believes this is no different from the submissions made by Beddoes' political partners, who he says are only driving their personal agenda and the agenda of their political parties without thinking of the future of all Fijians.
Whatever you're coming up with the submission should be for the good of the people of Fiji, not for yourself. I mean, look at what he's come up with. No difference from what the SDL has come up with. Very self-serving. As I said, he doesn't know whether he's Arthur or Martha.
The Prime Minister goes on to respond to Labour leader Mahendra Chaudhry's comment of the need for a caretaker government and that the constitution consultation process isn't independent.
I can tell you, yes, guy can tell him that the constitution process is very much independent. I have no say in what's happening there. In fact, the only say I have there was maybe the appointment of the 5 people. With regards to caretaker, I was asked about that in an interview this afternoon. We don't want everything that we put in place to be dismantled just before election. That's the last thing we want to do. And if Chaudhry wants to be part of the caretaker government, I would say that he needs to find employment somewhere else.
Bainimarama is calling on all political parties and the public to focus on the future and not get influenced by the work of old politicians, who he says continues to remain in the past. Roland Karoy, FBC News.
The Hibiscus Events Group is now looking at the selection criteria for their judges at the pageant. This follows revelations that one judge had some affiliation with the final winner. Miss My Life Drew Slatter was crowned Miss Hibiscus. And as Ritika Pratap reports, the head judge Sachiko Soro is associated with the magazine.
One main criteria in the selection of judges in such pageants is that there shouldn't be any conflict of interest, meaning no judge in this case are to have any connection with any contestants. FBC News has confirmed that head judge in the Queen category, Sachiko Soro, writes articles for My Life magazine, sponsors of eventual winner Drew Slatter.
That has been brought to my attention. I haven't really looked at it. This is my first day when I'll concentrate on my administration side. I'll surely definitely look into this. If that's the fact, then there's something needs to be done.
This revelation raises the question on the criteria of finding the right people for the job.
The background check is done by our auditor and our chief judge. It's basically we have a selection panel, and then all the application that is received, they go through the selection panel, and this panel selects the judges, and the judges are auditioned. And they are also mentioned that if you have anybody in the contestant committee, that you need to advise us now. So we'll definitely look into that.
Prasad says this situation will be investigated thoroughly as the Hibiscus Events Group operates on transparency and honesty. Meanwhile, My Life magazine publisher Nazia Ali maintains that there hasn't been any conflict of interest.
Sachiko is not employed by My Life magazine. She does not get paid, and even though she has contributed a few times, she's not an employee, and she's not She doesn't give any sort of payment from us, so I don't see it as a conflict of interest.
Calls made to Sachiko's phone went unanswered. Ritika Pratap, FBC News.
Elections in 2009 would not have brought Fiji to where it is today. That is the statement from the Fiji military forces following the FLP's claim that government failed on its promise to call for an election in 2009. Devnarayan has more.
There was an urgent need for the government to concentrate on completing the reforms and discriminatory policies before elections could be called. If Fiji had elections in 2009, the government would have failed to show people that there is a better Fiji.
If we went back to 2009 and just did election in 2009, then what have we shown to the people of Fiji about what we were preaching to be different from what they were thinking or what they've been taught or what they've been shown? So that it was necessary, it was explained to Chaudhry, but because he had agendas of his own, which included discriminatory policies for his own vote banks, it made it, just irresponsible for him to say that because we said we were going to do elections in 2009, must go ahead and do 2009.
However, Labour Party leader Mahendra Chaudhry claims if elections would have happened in 2009, the state of the economy would have been different.
We were supposed to have elections in March 2009. The Prime Minister wrote to all his ministers saying that those who wish to contest the March 2009 elections would have to resign from cabinet at least 6 months before the election. And so we left in August in preparation for March 2009 elections.
Fiji Labour Party Management Board is now drafting the proposal and is currently challenging the manner in which the constitutional process is carried out. Devnarayan, FBC News.